Someone's life is unraveling because the version of you that they knew no longer exists. The version they manipulated, it's like they're invisible to you now. And yeah, I channeled it over here. They see you, but it's like you can't see them. Like they're somehow invisible to you now. Or you won't see them. Like selective invisibility. That's okay, that's up to you. It's just a message. If it's for you, you feel them in your energy. Whether you want to see them or not, it's like they're tugging at you. And I'm just here to confirm. This is the day they feared, the day that you completely turned your back on them. Their biggest fear came true and they're upset with themselves for sitting back and watching it happen. Like they feel like they could have prevented it. Like there came a turning point when it was just too late. They don't know who they would be without you. You were the one they could count on, but they didn't care how it made you feel. As long as they got what they wanted, but they don't see it that way, of course. But yeah, their life is unraveling. Let's see what cards I get. Red flags everywhere. Yeah. You're one in a long list of people who saw the red flags, but you're the one who put up with them the longest. That's why they thought you would keep doing it. Like you just didn't speak up. You were very nice. Very much a people pleaser. This person really appreciates it, but do they really? They don't really understand the lengths that you went to for them, okay? They don't understand. Hiding. Ashamed. Life is unraveling, yeah. Really ashamed because they look back and they just think, was it all a lie? Like you were very important to them and they thought you were very reliable. They feel ashamed because they just didn't see it coming, like you were some kind of safety net, a fallback. But they could manipulate you into helping, into doing whatever they want as far as they're concerned. That's how they saw it. Tied down. They feel like that's the turning point. Now they're tied down with something else, someone else. And they wish they didn't have to be. It's like it all slipped away from them. And they chose a convenient option. That's why their life is unraveling, because of who they chose and what they're tied down with. And it might not be what you think. They did something out of survival, which now looking back, they still hoped that you would rescue them the whole time, but you didn't. But there's a hole inside them. I just got that, like just some kind of burning. I just got like a cigarette burn on fabric, but they feel like it's on their skin or their heart or something. They just feel like they've been burned, like you left a cigarette on them. You might not even smoke. Fear of rejection. Big changes. They're so crying out for you right now, and I know you feel it if it's for you. This is someone who creeps back up once in a while. Maybe you don't want to think about them. If that's the case, don't think about them. Just keep scrolling on. Don't even comment, honestly, if you don't want to think about them, because the algorithm's just going to show you more. But you manifested this to you for some reason. This came to you for some reason to confirm your intuition. And if you don't want to think about them anymore, just replace that thought, okay? Just keep yourself busy not thinking about them, because they want you to think about them. They want you to think that means something, because they're sending this energy to you. They might even really be doing like thought transmission, which anyone can do. If you really picture someone and picture chords coming out of your head. I know it's crazy. There's other ways to do it. Look, when it comes to visualization, imagination, easier the better, the simpler the better. And what works for one person might not work for someone else. But I know what works for a lot of people is to just like imagine your head like right here where your third eye is, which is three things: your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, and your hypothalamus. That's all your third eye. Just imagine like sort of a glowing inside your brain. And then imagine gold cords, like gold strings, however you want to imagine it, going from your head all the way to that person's, wherever they are. Just imagine their face and imagine it coming into their mind. And then close the energy when you're done, but really you're the one in control. You're the one in control. So if you're sitting there thinking, oh, well, what if I don't close the energy? No. You're in control of it. As soon as you stop sending the energy, it's done. And you can always close the energy if it makes you feel better. It's okay. But I'm just saying, it's all in what you allow. But if you want to know what they're thinking, you can. And if you want to close that, that's the whole thing. They might have done that to you. Just be like, it's closed. No, nothing's coming through here that I don't want. You don't have to take that. Anyway, this flipped over, happy without them. That's you, and that's what they're upset about, because you weren't supposed to be happy without them. Your life is supposed to unravel. That's the whole thing, is they feel like their life is unraveling because they can't go back to you. But they wanted you to unravel. They wanted you to unravel and come back to them, pretending not to care. Hiding. Wanting you to look over, though. It's like, I just got like someone throwing something at you and then hiding. Getting your attention and hiding. They need to really be a little more forceful about it. And I don't mean that in a bad way, in like aggressive way. I just mean they need to stand up for themselves if it's what they really want. Sweetheart, that usually means love bombing. What do I get from this? Let me just close my eyes and see. Winning streak. They want you while you're on a winning streak. They think you're winning now, and that's what makes you more attractive to them. High roller. They think you're a high roller. What? Inconsequential. The thing they did should have been inconsequential. Were they a burden to you? What didn't you tell them? Why did you throw them overboard all of a sudden? That's what they think. That's how it felt to them. Because they're like, yeah, their version of it might be that I did this and that, but this person's pretty upset, thinking they didn't get a fair shot, didn't get to speak their mind. And now I'm getting, what's the tea? Okay, speak to me through these cards. What's the tea on you? Hesitation, aggravation, desolation. What? Starvation, decapitation. This person, are they poetic? 'Cause I'm just getting all these words. Like, this person's really in a funk. And you know what? They sit around and think about this kind of stuff. They write poetry in their mind, whether they tell people that or not, or they might write poetry or be a writer. But I'm really getting that. And that might not be for everybody, but this person has a definite artistic slant, has a very artistic temperament, creative temperament, by the way. Broke. It says broke. That came out when I said the creative temperament. There's like a starving artist type of deal. That doesn't mean you need to fund them, but that's who they really are. That's who they really are. And I have this sense that they definitely have a talent for it that hasn't been developed, and that's part of what causes their problem. And maybe you too. That could be something you bonded on. That you both have just undeveloped talents, or talents that you just need to be more confident about. You know what's funny is, I saw a creator say this yesterday. Nothing will give you more confidence than just putting yourself out there on social media and just letting people have at it. It really does make you more confident. Like, I know I come across very confident now, but I wasn't always like that. But years ago, someone forced me, like, let's not get into that right now. But I know my confidence started because someone forced me into something a long time ago, and that made me much more confident, even though it wasn't my choice. Some good definitely came out of it, because I've been more confident since then. I was not at all. But you'll gain confidence from just putting stuff out there and gathering your audience and, finding people who don't like you, whatever. It's going to always happen. And you just roll with it. You just develop a thicker skin and you realize you're not for everybody and everybody's not for you, and that's okay. But that's a real sticking point, a struggle for this person. And like I said, you may have bonded over something like that, whether you realize it or not. Because I'm getting that you saw part of yourself in this person. That's why you tried to help them. That's why there was a bond there. You know what? Okay, that reminds me of what I said at the beginning. They don't know who they would be without you, like a mentor or like an encourager. Like, you may have been encouraging things in them. I know some of you did this. You encouraged things in them because it was stuff you saw in yourself. And that could be what this reading is for, is, I just got that. That's what a lot of this is for. Because sometimes I'm like, why remind these people of this person? But I know a lot of it's because that person's sending you energy. Also, there's a lesson to learn here. There is something for you here. And the lesson here is that you need to take your own advice. This person really does hold you in high regard. It's because you gave them so much advice. You made them feel so good about themselves. Yeah. What came out here? Okay, running. Cyberbully. Spiritual hater, moving. I feel like I did a reading last week where it was all these same cards. spiritual hater and cyberbully go together. They kind of hate the fact that you're so spiritual and see through them. This is someone who lashes out about that. Like if you said something about your intuition, they might try to mock it. Don't say anything. It's just a defense mechanism. Because deep down they know it's not true, and that you also trigger the fact that they aren't willing to rely on their intuition more. It would help them, especially doing creative work. They go together like that. It's all about creativity. The same brain source. It's hard to explain. But that's where you guys really bonded, running and moving. That's what this person wants to do. They want to run on and move, get out of the situation they're in. They feel like they just tripped in a ditch. They feel like they ran along and tried to move and landed in a ditch. And all they were trying to do was make themselves feel better because they already felt rejected by you. And they feel like it's unfair, like they didn't do anything. But like I said, the lesson here is really for you to take your own advice. And if you want to talk to this person again, that's up to you. Let your discernment guide you. Whatever it was, I'm getting it was actually a pleasant friendship. That you actually had good times with this person. It's just there's something a little bit off. Something a little bit off about them with you, okay? And you know what that is. If it's for you, you know exactly what it is. Something that didn't align, didn't get in the way, and I'm not saying it'll always be that way. Let your spirit guide you. Some of them are about to run into them, or you just saw them today, and I'm just confirming. Maybe you dreamed about them. If you do dream about them, this could be why. They're sending you energy. Intuitive came out. New life. Look, you have new things to work on, and if you want this person to be part of your new life in some way, that's up to you. I've been getting that download so much lately. That in the 4D, look, I wish I could say more, but I'm afraid to say too much. Some downloads I've gotten, massive ones, but you know how we're in the 3D, we talk about the 5D, like which is where we're basically creating stuff or what you want. Well, the 4D is where you put it all together. I mean, in addition to other things, with the 4D, you know how you have a dream, and the dream will be like a dream at night, and the dream will contain all kinds of different things, like stuff that you actually liked. How do I put it? Like I had a dream a few nights ago, and it was a weird setting it was very weird, but all I'm going to say is it was just sort of this juxtaposition of just like you took my life and just did a collage and just put things together and it don't make sense, okay? Like I was with this certain person in this location, and there was some other stuff going on. It was just like I cherry-picked stuff from my life and put it in this dream, and it didn't go together. And I'm getting that's how it is in the 4D. Like that's where we kind of get to decide what we want to pick and choose, like what we liked from this earth, because we came here to learn lessons, to ascend above it, to realize that we were the creator all along, and to wake up to it, and to realize that we are in control. And the way you play the game is unconditional love to everybody. And imagine yourself and imagine your new life into existence. And that's what you're doing, like even in your dreams. Let's say you try to match with another person. Let's say you're trying to manifest a person. Well, the only way that's going to match up in the 5D, which is now, I mean, you're still like anything you create this way is 5D, okay? Well, the reason someone can be manifesting you, or like, because I was scared of that one time. Like somebody kept telling me they were seeing me in the astral, and I'm like, I'm not interested. It's a long story. Well, they can't force anything on you don't want. Now, if it had lined up with me, and if I'd wanted that person back, then it would have matched. In the 5D, you create something and it manifests here on earth, as above, so below. But because I didn't align with it, I didn't want it, it didn't happen. But that person was probably using me as a muse to manifest what they wanted, but they just didn't know that. But they saw qualities in me that they wanted, but eventually ended up with someone else probably, if that makes sense. But that's how we create it. And this person, that's a long way of saying, this person could be someone that you would pick and choose, be like, well, in a different world. Like, if you could just take all the characters of your life, and you know there's little, there used to be these little cutouts, and you could like make a little story with like this little character and this doll. And now, of course, you do it with a tablet or a phone or something. But it reminds me of those little, what are they called, color forms or something? I can't remember. I don't think I ever had them unless somebody gave them to me. But it was like these little magnetic pictures. And like, let's just say that you found somebody, or, you know, it's like a vision board of your life. But you go back through your life and be like, I liked everything about this person except for that, but I'm going to put it on here and I just won't use them for that. Like, I'll take this part, if that makes sense. Like, you might walk into a house and see some furniture you like. It doesn't mean you like the whole house, you just like the furniture that was in it. It's like going to a restaurant, but instead of just getting to order Italian food or Chinese food or whatever, you get a dish from any restaurant all over the place, just like one thing. Oh, I'll take one of these, one of these, one of these. I know. You get it, right? I've given you a lot of examples. I'm just getting that this person is someone who might be on your vision board. You'd be like, well, I wish there was something there, but I've been hurt a lot. But it would have to be an alternate universe, alternate timeline. But yeah, see, that's what I mean. Keep that in mind. I've just gotten so many downloads about that lately, especially dreams. Like, the dreams are basically showing us how to create the 5D reality. Like, the dreams are basically showing us how to create the 5D reality. And it doesn't have to be dreams at night. You can have daydreams. And I have something coming about that. In fact, it might already be at my website. Go to needthismessage.store for more information. I've been working on it like crazy. It's about how to create your reality. Stuff that has worked for me. About using your mind and your imagination. Last card. You have no fear and you fear nothing. That's funny. 2 cards about fear. You fear nothing. You have no fear. Let go of all fear. The only thing you had to fear is fear itself, okay? Create your reality. No limits. No limits. Put people on your vision board that you want to see like in your dreams, but in an alternate reality. Like the version of them before they hurt you. Like when things were good. Because you're allowed to do that. It's like you've been given a taste of all this different stuff. Now, what do you actually want? Anyway, don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to believe beyond this life. Don't be afraid. The only thing you had to fear is fear itself. You can do anything. And give yourself the encouragement and advice you gave to this person, okay? You fear nothing and you have no fear. It is spoken, it is written, and so it is. Amen.